Hello, welcome to the video. My name's Rachel. This is Rachel for Real. Today I thought I'd show you some of my strength training that I've been doing. I'm just getting started, so I'm using very low weights and just trying to learn how to do the movements as I go along. I filmed a little bit of my first session and oh my goodness, I'm so unfit. However, we know the starting point now and it can only go up from there. So enjoy this clip of me doing my weight training and I'll come back at the end and let you know what my plan is. I mentioned at the end of the video that I am going to write a big plan out and put it up on the pin board in my spare room so that I can see what I'm doing each session, and that I can not have to sort of guess as I go through it. I know what I'm doing, I just work my way through it, and hopefully that should be a good plan for a month. I'm going to be doing 3 sessions a week and 3 sets per session, and in each set there will be 8 reps. So we're going to give that a go anyway. Perhaps after 2 weeks, reassess depending on how it's going. If it's okay, then keep going for another couple of weeks and then change the plan up. So it's all new. I'm just sort of learning from books and YouTube videos and things like that. So I've started, is that backwards for you or not? A little list, how often I'm going to do it, how many sets and reps, and then I'll write my exercises down and show you. So just enjoy the clip now. Oh, itchy nose, sorry. Enjoy the clip now and I'll talk to you again soon. So unfit. Those lunges are a killer. I know tomorrow morning when I go to work, the front of my thighs are going to be killing me. I'm going to be like hobbling. Oh my goodness. Anyway, we're off the blocks. We've done it. Might need to revise it a bit. I'm not sure I'm doing everything right. I'll go and check with my books again. And I think I might write out a plan quite big and stick it on the pin board so that I can remember what I'm doing as I'm going along rather than make it up, which probably isn't the best way to make progress. Anyway, think of me tomorrow when I get up and I can barely move. So now that you know how bad I am at this, if you're starting strength training or you already do it, then I'm sure that made you feel a lot better about your own progress. As I was saying at the end of that clip, I think that I need to learn the moves a bit better so that I've got good posture, good stance. I noticed watching the video back that I tend to hold my head up a lot when I'm doing, hinging. And what I should do is keep my head in line with my spine. So if nothing else, making the video was great because I've noticed that now and I can adapt how I hold my body and hopefully improve not only my posture but the actual exercises themselves. I also noticed watching it that I need to slow down probably and take longer breaks between sets. I think part of that was I was a bit nervous about being on camera and I wasn't very sure what I was doing. So possibly if I'd been doing it on my own without being filmed, I might have behaved slightly differently, but it gives you an idea of what I was doing anyway. So slow down, take longer breaks and do the whole lot of reps. I don't know whether to do it as a circuit or whether to do it as 3 sets of one exercise with breaks in between and then move on to the next exercise. Anybody who does this regularly, can you let me know what you do and what's the best strategy? Is a circuit better or is it exercise by exercise better? So I've started to write my plan now, which I'm going to put up on the pin board. I've been back through the Kindle books I bought and had a little look at the sample exercise plans that they were suggesting. And I've made up a full body workout, which for the first 4 weeks, I'm going to do 3 times a week. After that, I probably will have learned an awful lot more, read more, watched more, and I'll know better. But this is what we're working on at the moment, just to get into the routine of actually doing the weight training rather than skiving off after 1 session a week. So it becomes more habitual so that I can improve my form. I'm not that worried at this point about what weights I'm lifting. It's more muscle memory so that every time I do a certain exercise, my body slowly starts to think, oh yeah, we've done this before. I know how to stand, I know what to do. So the first exercise I was going to do was for lower body, which is a squat. And I've chosen a goblet squat where you hold a weight and then squat down with it tight to your chest. So goblet squat. I will do some making you wobble. I'll do some form of warm up and cool down as well, but I haven't written that yet. So the goblet squat with a weight, and then after that, a Romanian deadlift. And I've read in the books that it's a different foot position, I think, that makes it a different type of deadlift. But I need to go back and have a look at the photographs of how the person's doing that so that I start off with good form and I don't hurt my lower back, because God knows I've got enough problems with my back as it is. So Romanian deadlift, and then static lunge, where basically you step forward, bend your knees, step back, and then do it with the other foot. And as you saw from the clip, oh my goodness me, that makes your thighs scream. It's so hard. I thought I got quite strong legs, but obviously that movement's not one that I do in everyday life very often. And oh boy, I think I'm gonna have sore thighs tomorrow. So the lunge, static lunge. I know you can do a reverse lunge as well, but I'll do this one for a while and then swap them around. I'm not quite sure what the difference is, whether it works different set of muscles. I assume so, or otherwise there wouldn't be 2 different forms with them. So static lunge. And then for chest, a bent over row. So we're basically pulling up the, what do you call it? A barbell. Yeah, pulling up the barbell. What I could really do with is a poster with lots of different, the layout of what each pose looks like. I assume you can probably buy them online. I need to have a look. But I think that would be quite handy next to my training plan on the pin board, so that I can just check in on breaks about how to do the correct form for the exercise that's coming up next. So if you know of any of those type of posters, let me know please in the comments below. That would be great. Any help gratefully received. So bent over row, so that's a pulling motion. For a pushing motion, doing, yeah, that's right, I've got it wrong way around. Pushing motion, chest press, so lying on my bench and pushing away from me this way, which works a different set of chest muscles, like pecs and something else that's in there. So chest press. And then for core, there's a thing called a suitcase carry, where you have a weight in each arm and you hold your arms down by the side as if you were a milkmaid carrying milk churns, and you walk carrying the weights. Obviously you've got to hold your core in to maintain your posture and be able to carry the weights as you move. So it's called a suitcase carry from the book I read. I don't know if everybody calls it that. So that one will probably be walking up and down the hall a few times. And then apparently there's exercises which aren't ones that combine movement of a lot of muscles in a group. I can't remember what the technical term is. And these are called accessory exercises. So you're just working on one muscle group basically. So for example, a bicep curl. So we're going to do bicep curls, lateral raises where it goes out to the side, and then a standing calf raise, which is probably going to hurt because my calves, when I used to do a lot of running in my 30s, my calves used to bunch up like bags of walnuts, and trying to stretch them out, oh, it was so painful. The calf raises, I'm just going to have to see how that goes, because I don't think I can bear that tightness in my lower legs. But we'll see how it goes anyway. So calf raises, and I think that will do to start with. 3 times a week for 4 weeks. Let's see how we get on. Hopefully that's balance between arms, legs, chest, and it will have some sort of effect on my stamina and my muscle mass. It's not going to happen overnight. It's going to take a lot of months to build up a lot of muscle mass. And I think as a woman, you probably don't build up that much anyway, but anything more than I've got now would be very good. So that's it. That's the training plan, which I'm going to put up on my pin board. I'm going to have a look for a poster if I can find one, which I think would just be easier than keep referring back to books on my Kindle, which gets a bit tedious after a few times. A quick reference is always best, isn't it? And I'm more likely to do it if I don't have to sort of faff about looking in different places for different bits of information. So that's the plan. Do you do any weight training or strength training? I'd love to hear what program you do and what sort of weights you lift and what you found beneficial from doing it. I'm still trying to do my walking. I'm still trying to do 10,000 steps a day, although it's a push on some days, I must admit. Still trying to do my trampolining. I haven't done it yet today, but I will do it later this afternoon. I went out very early this morning, so I didn't have time to fit it in. I was trying to work up to 10 minutes, but I found that it aggravated my knee a little bit when I got up to 7 minutes. So I ramped it back down to 5 minutes. And then yesterday I did 6 minutes. I'm going to stay at 6 minutes, I think, for this coming week and see how my knee feels. I've got arthritis in my right knee and very, very little cartilage left because I've had 2 lots of knee surgery on it. So it does get quite painful sometimes. What else? Oh yes, nutrition. Working on increasing my protein intake. I'm not trying to worry about, numbers or anything like that at the moment. I'm just trying to get used to focusing on protein and fibre. So plenty of fruit and vegetables, plenty of lean protein, and the rest hopefully will sort itself. And for this first 4 weeks, I think that's probably enough for me. Otherwise, my head will explode with too much information. And I don't want to get hyper about tracking everything at this stage. I just want it to be a sort of gentle improvement in my nutrition. And when that becomes a bit more natural, then I can think about maybe tracking and having a look at losing body fat but keeping muscle mass and building muscle mass. But we'll see. Baby steps. If I do big steps, I'll fall over and then I'll stop. So it's baby step and we'll see how it goes. I'll check back in with you. Please like and subscribe to my channel. It helps out. I love having your comments. I like reading what you're up to and see what you think about my videos. You know, if you've got any ideas for what you'd like to see in my videos, I'd love to hear about it. Please put it down in the comments. I'm open to suggestions within the limits, obviously. And I will see you next Saturday. Bye for now.